Alright everybody, today we're going to be talking about Jessie J and her affiliation with Illuminati and how she is used as a puppet to influence us and mostly women and females to act more like men. Okay, I know it sounds crazy. I'm going to do my best to prove this to you. There's a bunch of things we're going over, so I'm going to have to do this as quick as possible and scan through things fast. Okay, I only got 15 minutes, so got to keep it tight here. So obviously, she has all these different corporations on her, um, and she's throwing up the sign, obviously, over her eye. Okay, and that's nothing compared to what you're gonna see, guys. So starting out, we have images of her with a 666 symbol over her eye, more 666. Okay, and this is just horrible. When I saw this, looks like it was on Halloween, which we all know that's a day for the dead to rise and spirits to walk the earth. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but this is the kind of stuff that they believe in, and downright they are pretty crazy. Okay, another thing I wanted to point out was our eye makeup. You can see that a lot on hieroglyphics in Egypt. So, and a lot of their philosophy and stuff they believe in and rituals come from Egyptian times, and hence, the all-seeing eye of Horus on the back of your dollar bill. It all ties in. Okay, so moving along, the next thing I'm going to show you is the Mickey Mouse symbolism I've been talking about, and here you go. Okay, she's sitting there with bunny Mickey Mouse ears, and it's no coincidence. Okay, I got other pictures, Minnie Mouse now, and more. Okay. Another thing that they like to do is symbolize things about suns and stars and space. Okay, they believe at certain times of the year, whether it's planets alignment or the solstice, that they have more power to influence us. Okay, they believe in witchcraft and magic and rituals and all these dark things. Okay, so astrology is one of their main ones. And a lot of it has to do with the solstice. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is her sex kitten symbolism. She has tons of it. I only have two images. I'm just going to flash through them really quickly. Okay, and then this I found was pretty obvious that the stage she was singing her song on is an eye. Okay, so now we're gonna get right into the videos. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I gotta go through, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible, and hopefully you see what I see. So let's get started. Alright, starting out on our first video I looked at was Domino. She clearly circles her eye, and behind her she has all these swirly things which symbolize hypnosis. Okay, so I'm just gonna play a little piece of this. Like I said, I gotta go through a lot of things, so bear with me. Second thing I want to point out to you is her resemblance to Cleopatra, again with the Egyptian theme. As you notice on her eye makeup, she has the mascara that comes way out here. Okay, and I've seen this just walking down the street in my own neighborhood. Actually, my daughter, who is making her own videos, hopefully you guys can check those out as well. She's been telling me that a lot of students in her class have been, doing the Eye of Horus. Okay, and that's really what it represents. That's where it originated. That's where it comes from. Okay. I wanted to point this out as well. She's wearing a mask. It's obviously a butterfly. You can see the antennas coming out. So that's the monarch programming symbolism. We're going to get into that further. I can do a whole video on that alone. And also, it's like a masquerade mask. And these are the kind of masks that they wear at these gatherings and parties when they get together. The Illuminati is so secretive that they actually hide their faces from each other. Okay, that's how secretive they are. So they're all in disguise. I don't know if you've seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut, but they have it all on there. I highly suggest you watch it so you can understand a little more of what I'm talking about. So moments later in the video, she's wearing her sex kitten outfit that I've been talking about, and let's go. Alright, so that's enough of that. This is one of my favorite scenes in the whole video, not because she's revealing a bra, which that's obviously just not right, especially when kids are going to be watching this. But notice she has an upside down star in her eye. She has the solar wings, or solar disc as they call them, or winged disc, which is an Illuminati symbol, with the word London under it and the word boy on top of it. We're gonna look into this further, and you're gonna be amazed at what you see. Alright, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's the boy, there's the London, okay, and then right over here, I had to freeze frame this. It just flashes so quick, you wouldn't even be able to notice it unless you actually are doing what I'm doing right now, in freeze framing. Okay, so for a split second, it shows clearly what looks like gas tanks to me with rags hanging out of them, symbolizing Molotov cocktails, okay? And if anyone's been watching the news lately, or actually the lack of news, you would see that there's all kinds of protests and riots going on in London, involving the euro and the crash of the monetary system, and we all know it's tied to the banks, which are corrupt. Okay, so it's all linked together, and I don't know why she's wearing London and symbolizing this, but that's what it is. So just to prove my point, I'm gonna go back 2 seconds and play it just so you can see how quick it flashes, so then you can know that you're really not supposed to be even seeing this. And bam, so you saw it, split second. Now moving along, and again, this is throughout the whole video, this brainwashing crap. Here's more of the leopard print with the sex kitten symbolism, and I'm gonna play a piece of it for you. Alright, so there you go. And about a minute later, another quick flash of the gas cans I've been talking about. We got the sex kitten shoes here, symbolizing that, and a clear 666 symbol. Okay, guys? So there's just so many different symbols in this one scene. Again, it flashes. You're really not even supposed to even notice it. You're supposed to be just listening, dumbed down, like everyone else in society, thinking that this is some sort of entertainment and that it's cool. When it's the exact opposite. It's been designed and created by people that I can't even name, and she's just basically told to do this. That's why we call these people puppets, because they do what they're told. Another split image of her showing just one eye. This is when it gets more disturbing. She actually acts like she's possessed. Alright, I just want you to listen to the next few words and just notice the facial expression on her face. Again, pay attention to what you're going to see and pay attention to what you're going to hear. So there you go. Okay, she's grabbing her crotch, grabbing her ass, and saying, "Do it like a dude." It's not really something you want your children to be listening to. It's not something you want anyone to be listening to. Okay, I respect women that have respect for themselves, and save that for the bedroom, save that for marriage. Or at least save that for when you fall in love. Okay, this is disgusting. I don't find it attractive at all. And like I said, she has no figure whatsoever. She doesn't even look like a woman. She actually looks like a boy in a lot of her videos, the stuff she wears, and she's promoting this to everyone that's listening or willing to listen. So let's keep it moving here. I got a lot to go through. Alright, this next scene is her basically pouring drugs, which I assume is liquid LSD. And if you know anything about MKUltra, which is a CIA-run program that basically tried to prove that they can control our minds with uses of drugs and torture. Okay, and this is what's happening to these stars, so I'm going to play it for you. Just real quickly, this is one of the scenes in the video, and if you notice, this pretty much resembles a Masonic floor here, and this resembles what I would describe as a crack house. Okay. Alright, this next part, I just wanted to point out her eyes real quick. Again, the Egyptian symbolism. Now, closely pay attention to what I'm going to play you, because a lot of things go on in this, and I'll describe it to you after we watch it. So here we go. Okay, so what you just seen was basically her saying dirty, 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 and right before that she was saying on my you-know-what like this, okay? I'm sorry, but last I checked, women don't have penises. Another piece in the video is two women making out, and not just kissing, but, really getting into it, tongues and all. It's pretty disturbing. There's a quick little dance scene, and if you notice, one of the dancers is wearing the number 13, okay? Not a coincidence. And also in the very beginning, they're playing cards, and she's hold a 10 and a 3, and it's 13 as well, which I'm going to show you now. So here you go. Here's the 10, 4, 8, 9, 10. It's obviously a 10, and there's your 3. Okay. Just real quickly, this is our next video. Nobody's perfect. There's 2 things I want to point out mostly, and there's actually 3 things. The symbolism with the owl, the symbolism with Alice in Wonderland, which is strongly connected to MK Ultra, which we'll get into another day. Do your own research until then, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And also a Masonic flora. So we're gonna get started right now. So just real quickly, you can see they're all sitting around a table, just like in Alice in Wonderland when they're having the tea party with the Mad Hatter and the rabbit and all that. Okay. There was your butterflies. I don't know if you picked that up, but we're gonna keep going here. There's a better picture of it of all the people sitting on the table and her sitting at the end like she's some sort of leader. Okay. So here you go. Here's a Masonic flora that I introduced at the very beginning, and also I'm not going to show this because I don't have time, but there's a whole room full of clocks, thousands of clocks, cuckoo clocks, just all around her, symbolizing that time is running out, or time, or a cycle. Okay, there's a lot of symbolism in the clock. I'm not going to get into it, but let's keep it going. All the doors have little carvings that look like eyes. And I might as well just prove my point, and there's a room full of clocks. There's thousands more. I'm not going to get it all into all the clocks, okay? Alright, next I'm going to play a clip. There's a few things I want you to pay attention to. She's in a room full of about 30, 40 TVs, and they're all talking with lips, and I just assume that has something to do with basically people telling her what to do and using the TV to instill their vision on the world, okay? And also, she uses magic in this, and she says the line, well, you can hear it for yourself, so here we go. So there you go. Alright, you've seen it for yourself, and notice the fact that she's wearing what resembles a sun, but it's a crown, symbolizing that she's some sort of empress, or a goddess, or a princess, what have you. Okay? And there's just a close-up of the crown. This is our next video price tag, and I'm just going to point out that the fact that the bear has one arm, one eye, obviously symbolizing abuse, and there you go. Okay? She walked around the bear, and it showed her innocence into what she is now, which from what you've seen in the previous videos is not very innocent. So let's keep it going. For no reason whatsoever, she's holding up Tiki God, which some cultures used to worship and give sacrifice to, and then also a gnome, which if you study gnomes, they're creatures, mystical creatures, that people in Mexico and South America, countries in South America, are terrified of, okay? So let's keep going here. This next part I'm going to play for you, there's 2 things I want you to pay attention to. The change in her personality from blank to a fake smile, and then she used a line from Batman and Joker that was played by Heath Ledger, who we all know who died, I believe was murdered. And the last movie played right after the Joker was the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, which is loaded with Illuminati symbolism. I'll show you a few pictures when this is over if I have the time, and so here we go. I'm going to play it for you. Another scene is she's dancing around a tree of money, like money grows on trees, go spend it and go, invest into all these corporations that are connected with these Illuminati scum, and she's wearing the leopard that I've been telling you about. Now I'm going to quickly go through a bunch of symbolism to the Barbie doll theme I've been telling you about, and this one is actually a wind-up trinket, I forget what they call them, but you wind it up, it plays a little beautiful song for you, and that's basically what these stars are to these Illuminati members, is they're just little toys and dolls that they can do whatever they want with. They're playing with them, okay? And so here we go. Throwing up the 666 symbol. Here's her literally as a puppet. There's a couple minutes of this scene, basically. It's throughout the whole video of her as a puppet dancing, and her 2 little handlers over here. Another downright Illuminati symbol, 666 over I. We talked about this before. I Horus. You guys should know that by now. Her riding around a tricycle with a little dunce cap. Also what resembles a triangle, pyramid, what have you. And she's acting like a toy. Okay? There you go. Promoting war now. And this guy's holding a gas tank, which we know what war that was famous in. World War II, Germany, Nazis. Okay? Her coming out of a dollhouse. Alright guys, come on. That's just too obvious, okay? Too obvious. One eye on the doll. Porcelain doll. Her eye, okay? Her dismembered, wearing the sex kitten. And is her throwing in the astrology, her doing the robot dance with her childhood figure,